Good afternoon. I don't have much time, but I'm just going to jump on here for about 20 minutes because I do have to get ready for a session. But I want to address some things that are being said under a post, a reel that I reposted. I just want to jump on and address it really quickly. And then I'm going to ask some of those folks who are firing back on that reel that you go and check out my live that says men can't afford a wife. I want you to check out that live. Let me see if I can get the exact. Most of today's men, here we go. Most of today's men cannot afford to have a wife. It's not that far away in my feed. So I'm going to speak to that. And then the reel that I posted said it has two young ladies in the reel. Thank you, 402 Marine, for purchasing a badge. I appreciate you, sweetheart. There's two ladies in the reel saying, when you realize the feminist movement is a government scam, so they can get the other half of the population working so they could double their tax intake and raise your children by their standards. That's the reel that I'm addressing right now. Okay, so people are commenting under that, kind of going crazy under that. And I'm going to jump on here very quickly and I'm going to address that, with the 20 minutes I have, the 20 to 30 minutes that I have. The realization is this, and maybe I'm speaking to the women. I might be speaking to the women right now. The realization is this, ladies. Feminism benefits men. Where we are right now under fourth wave feminism, it benefits men. It benefits the government. It benefits the powers that be. It does not benefit feminine women. Okay? Men can't afford a wife was a good talk. I'm glad you clarified that it could be time and not money. Yes, it was not. So again, I'm not going to get into it in this live, but it is not about money. It is not about money. Okay? Money is a piece, a part of it. Most of what I meant when I said men cannot afford a wife, you need to go over to that live and listen. Okay? So it's not just about finances. That's a piece of it. Okay? But someone under this new post about feminism made mention of that men don't make enough money to afford for their wives to stay at home and just focus on home and focus on the children. Someone had actually mentioned that. I think it was a woman. She actually mentioned that underneath that reel. Okay? That is a part of the problem. That is a big part of the problem, is that unfortunately where we are now, we cannot maintain a certain lifestyle with under one person's income. And you would have to, so this is what I would say, you would have to move out of the big cities. Your husband would have to, definitely be educated to the degree that he could be educated, or he'd have to learn some sort of skill. We're not teaching the skills necessary. So learning how to do HVAC, being a plumber, being an electrician, like being a mechanic. We need to teach those. To me, those are high income skills. We need to start teaching those high income skills. And we're not doing that anymore, or people are just not interested in that. We do have people who are taking jobs in computers. That's a high income skill. You do not need a degree for that. My son took a couple of certification classes. He's an excellent coder. He does not have a college degree, but, that's something that he is very passionate about and is learning. But yeah, we need to do better. Our men need to do better in the sense of either get whatever education you can get, learn a skill. If you are an entrepreneur, if you want to go that route, if you want to go into real estate or some sort of entrepreneurism, you have to have hustle. This is what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people love the fact that, I'm home in the middle of the day and I get to make my doctor's appointments whenever I want, and I get to go on trips and do whatever it is I want. People love all of that. They love my lifestyle. But what they don't see on the other end of that is 7 days a week, I'm thinking about my business. I'm taking calls. I'm doing consults. I'm finding new streams of income. I'm working on new ways to make money. My brain is never fully at rest. when you work for yourself, when every dime that you make that comes into your business or your home is all up to you, nobody's cutting me a check. Nobody's cutting me a check. Anita is doing what she has to do to survive. And you cannot be lazy. You cannot procrastinate but so much. Like, you have to be innovative. You have to be creative. You have to, have chutzpah, as the Jewish folks say. You got to have chutzpah. Big Juice 355 said men can't afford a wife. Oh, I don't know why I didn't see that. I already saw that before. That's a comment from before. He says the powers that be want it that way. Agreed. And it's sad that it took this long for people to wake up. Now people are all the way woke. Like, people have finally figured out, you know what? I think we got duped. I think this was a scam. I think that, Planned Parenthood and the birth control pill and abortion and the free love movement and have sex like a man and make money like your father and have sex like your brother. I think this isn't good. I think this hurts my mental health. I think I feel stressed out all the time. I can't have an orgasm with my husband because I'm worried about tomorrow's presentation. I can't relax in a hot bath, because my mind is just going. Yeah, you done figured it out, huh? That this whole thing is a scam. And it got you. And look, I think I figured out that getting all this education and all these degrees and climbing the corporate ladder or doing all this stuff for my job, and now I woke up and I'm 40 and I don't have no kids and ain't never been married. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You think? So I done went against nature. I done put my boat in the river and trying to paddle upstream. And everything I want is downstream. Yeah. A lot of y'all are waking up to that. But the reality is feminism benefits men. And ladies, if you are holding on, if you are dying on this hill about feminism, like, okay, you can die on that hill if you want, but you need to wake up. And the younger you are, the more woke you need to be. Please don't fall into the foolishness. Okay? I meet women every day, all day, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh, I've never married. I never had any children. And look, I know I'm going to step on some toes. I mean, I just got to be me. I know I'm going to step on some toes. So this is the overall theme. This is the overarching theme that I hear women who have gotten to that age and have never married or had children. I just didn't meet a good guy. That's the overarching theme. These men out here, they still put it on the men. These men out here aren't acting right. I didn't meet a good guy. I didn't, that's the overarching theme. And can I tell you the truth? Can I tell you the truth? The truth is, and some of y'all are going to have to, wake up to the truth. The truth is, you were sold a bill of goods, right? And whether you were sold that bill of goods by your mother or your grandmother or your auntie or, I don't know, your college professor, your women's studies college professor or somebody in high school, you were sold this bill of goods that being a wife or a mother, doing things like that was a waste. That was a waste of you and a waste of your brain and a waste of your time. That's what you were sold, right? And you believe that. And that, no, girl, you can't trust a man. You can't trust these men. You can't, if you marry, you can't trust your husband. You can't trust him to take care of you and do this and do that. And you believe that. And you went out here, and then look, a lot of y'all thought that the men had it good. Oh, the men and their life is so fabulous. They have it so good, and the whole world belongs to men, and look at all that they got, and look at all that you thought the men had it good. You were envious. What did Freud say about penis envy? You were envious of the men. You thought the men had a great life. And look at all, my goodness, and so you went out and said, yeah, I'm a be that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to educate myself, and I'm going to take advantage of all these opportunities that men have, because men have it so good. They got it so good, right? And so you get into that, and then you get out here dating, and this is the next lie you listen to. Well, have fun. Have fun. Date around. Be with a bunch of people and figure out what you like. That's how you going to know what you like. And go out here and have fun, girl. Yeah, this empowers you. And you in charge of you. Your body, your choice. You sleep with who you want. And you don't sleep with who you don't. And you fell for it. And you wasted 10, 15, 20 years doing that. You wasted a lot of time doing that. You finally figured out that having free love and free sex is nothing empowering about it. Nothing good about it. And like I say all the time, and I'm going to say it here too, half of y'all don't even enjoy the sex that you having. But you out here having it. Ooh, I'm just out here. I'm just free, and I'm making them wear condoms, and that's the answer, and I'm on the birth control pill. That's the answer. No, it's not. Because there ain't no condom for your heart. That's what you're figuring out. As you get older, there ain't no condom for your heart. There's no protection for your heart. Out here sleeping around and sleeping with these men. And look, falling right into that little trap. Right into that little trap. Giving them all the access they want. Giving them all the sexual pleasures that they want. And then look, it was some young girls, this was about a year ago, some young girl told me, yeah, I did this and did that and invited him over and had sex with him and gave him head and did all this. And then and then he left and I blocked him. I never talked to him again. And she thinks she winning. Like, I was thinking to myself, that's every man's dream. That's every man's dream. What you just described, that's every man's dream, not his nightmare. You giving him everything he could ever want from you and then leaving him alone? That's every man's dream, sweetheart. That's not his nightmare. He's not looking for you. He's not calling you back. What are you talking about? I thought, wow, this is how bad it's gotten. This is how bad it's gotten out here. That women are out here doing the most, and then, I blocked him. I don't answer his calls no more. That's every man's dream. Okay? So, you get Nathan. I know how to be a man's nightmare. Some of y'all need to learn. I do. I know how to leave him clean alone. I know how to, keep my legs closed. Okay? The gentleman on here the other day said every man remembered a woman he didn't have sex with. Remember that. He like, darn, I really wanted her. I really tried. Every man remember her. But come on, y'all. Come on. It benefits men. Abortion benefits men. Birth control benefits men. Okay? Y'all throwing it at them every which way but loose benefits men. I don't understand how a feminist is selling sexual promiscuity as a benefit to women. How? That you can go off and sleep with whoever you want with no strings attached. How does that benefit you? And look, I have more respect for the escort. I have more respect for the prostitute. My daughter and I, over Christmas break, my oldest daughter and I, we were watching this thing called The Girlfriend Experience. I think it's on Showtime. We watched a season of it. It's called The Girlfriend Experience. And it was all about this young woman who got into escorting. She was a law student. And she had an internship at a big law firm. I think it was in Chicago. And she got into escorting. Her girlfriend got her into escorting. And I mean, she was making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $10,000, and had all these men, paying her, to be with them. And she gave them the girlfriend experience. One older gentleman, he took her out on his yacht and all this. And then look, he died, left her like $50,000, $100,000. And it was empty. It was like this woman was there was some pathology there. So as I'm watching it, my therapist's mind is saying, okay, what's the diagnosis, Anita? Because there's some pathology here. That's not normal. That's not healthy for a healthy, normal woman to want to do that. And then she was just promiscuous in general. Like, she would just sleep with random men in bars, and so I think in her mind, she was like, you know what, let me just get paid for this. I have more respect for that, because at least you're getting something. But women who are out here giving away free sex, that's why I say hashtag no free sex. Women who are out here being a free wife, nothing about what you're doing is actually benefiting you. I have more respect if you were an escort. But that's what, I don't want you to do any of it, because your power is in abstaining. That is the most powerful thing you can do, young women, is to abstain. That is your power. That is every man's nightmare. So when I get on here and I start talking about abstinence and all that, that's when the men hate me. They hate me because they're like, don't be spreading that message. Don't be telling women that, because they know that's every man's nightmare. It's not, oh yeah, just, have sex with them and just, going back. No, that's a dream for them. People don't know or maybe care about the purpose of our sexuality at creation. Nope. They abuse it. I got to do that. Thank you, Freely Yoli. Let me write myself a note, y'all, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I don't write it down, okay, I'm writing it right now. Repost the benefits. I'm going to do that today, because if I don't write it down, it don't get done. I have a new link that I want everyone to run over to my profile, run over to my Instagram profile and check out my new link. I have a new link up and I want y'all to check it out. Tell me what you think. There's some products over there. There is some free products over there that you can download right now. I'm super excited. I got my Pillar link up and I am super excited. I got 2 more things I need to do to make sure that it is complete and it is written on this Post-it note. Okay. So I got to do that. And then I got a link in there that's broken, but check out my Pillar link. It is in my bio, my Instagram bio. Okay. Yes, it's called Pillar and I love it. I had a meeting this morning with the founder and he got me hooked up and I'm excited. I cannot wait. So check out my Pillar link. I'm going to start, seeing people for one-on-one sessions through Pillar, but I'm also going to get you set up with my portal. And that way, you can use Pillar, but you can also use my portal. So, but I'm going to post that today. But ladies, 4th wave feminism. And so there was a young lady over there on that post she was talking about, well, what should we have done about this? And what should we have done about that? And women couldn't vote and women couldn't own property and women couldn't this. And okay. And you know what? Those things should have been dealt with. And we should have dealt with those issues one at a time. We should have one at a time dealt with those issues. And here's the other thing you need to know is the people who brought these issues to light, they had their own agenda. Like, you need to understand something. If you've not read about Margaret Sanger and the Planned Parenthood, I need you to do some research. I need you to read about your history. There are people who started this whole thing, okay, this feminist movement, this feminist agenda. They had their own agenda. That's why you have to be careful about, it's just like BLM. Don't get me started on Black Lives Matter. Okay? The people who started that had their own agenda. And it was not about you. It was not about me. It was not about the black men who got killed. But see, y'all don't read. Y'all don't read. You don't do your research. You don't study things and find out what's really going on. That BLM organization made millions of dollars that no one else benefited from other than them. But y'all don't read. You don't pay attention. Okay? So read. When it first started and I went over to the website and I read the mission statement, I knew right then. I was like, nope, I will not be supporting this. I will not be putting BLM. And look, Better Love Movement goes by BLM. So now some people will be like, you sure you don't want to change it? I might have to change it. But I will not be supporting that. I will not. I knew it from the jump. Something ain't right over here. And when I went and researched and read, and look, they done found out that the founders got all these millions of dollars, bought all these $1 million homes and all this, giving all these people jobs in there, and it's about them. It's not about y'all. It's about them. It's about them. And look, see, it came out. It came out, but I knew it would. I knew it would. Everything done in the dark is going to come to light. She said, exactly. I lost friends over not supporting BLM. Yeah. I just kept quiet. I didn't lose no. I just kept quiet. I kept quiet. I knew something wasn't right. It was some people close that were close to me that I told them something wasn't right, and they felt that way too. They like something ain't right. I was like, something ain't right. I ain't giving them a dime. I ain't. And look, it all came out. Do your history though. Do your history on the founders of the feminist movement. Y'all see, this is what y'all don't know. It's a lot of men. It's a lot of men that they was behind it. Now, the National Organization for Women, there were men in that organization. Yeah, they like some abortion. They like some. A man created the birth control pill. Yeah. See, that's what y'all don't know. Okay, so this benefits men. And y'all are sitting here following it. Oh yeah, this is for women. This is to make women. This is to make women better and to make our lives better. Can we take a poll right now to the women that's on this live? What's good about your life? What's better about your life? How is you going out working 40 to 60 hours a week? You're not married. You don't have any children. Maybe you got a dog or a cat. You got your own rent to pay. You got your own car note to pay. You got your own food to buy. Like, how is your life better? And maybe that's hard for you to answer because you've never been married. You've never been in a partnership. You've never been in a situation where you had a partner and you were not doing it all by yourself. But if you've ever experienced that, you'll know the difference. You will very much know the difference. Okay? It's different. It's different. Okay? As everybody know, I'm looking for my husband, or I should say I'm open to my husband. I'm open to my husband. My cab light is on. Okay? My open sign is on. Okay? Everybody know that. I'm walking around with my open sign, my cab light lit up. Okay? Because I know the difference. I know the difference. I'm ready to partner. I'm ready to be with a good man. Okay? So it's a big difference. It's a big difference. But like I said, all you have to do is go back to the founders and look at what they stand for. They had an agenda and it benefited them. It benefited their little friends and then these other men that was in these organizations. That's who it benefits. It don't benefit y'all. It's called a luxury belief. Look up the term luxury belief. Okay? That's what nobody is telling you. A luxury belief is when people who are already high up on the totem pole, right? You know, they could make rules that if y'all followed them, it wouldn't benefit y'all. It would be nice for them. Oh, that's what we call a luxury belief. So, I can tell people beneath me, I can tell people of a lower socioeconomic class, oh, you should be buying this. You should be doing this. And that thing that I'm telling y'all to do, it benefits me. Doesn't benefit you. That's called a luxury belief. Okay? So it's just like all the black people I know that's out here flossing, spending all their money on all this designer crap. I don't own anything designer. I don't. Not my clothes, not my shoes. I got a pair really nice warm Timberland. What is it? Is it the Timberland boots with the fur in this inside of them? That's probably the most expensive thing I own. I am not out here making these designers rich. I'm not buying no hair. I'm not getting no nails. I'm not going to no lash person. Okay? I'm not doing any of that because guess what? That doesn't benefit me. Not in a real way. All that does is drain my pockets. Y'all need to wake up. Wake up. You are literally feeding a monster. You are feeding a monster by doing all that foolishness. And look, getting all this surgery, making your behind big. Who does that benefit? Seriously, who does that benefit? You making plastic surgeons rich, and then y'all going to other countries making them rich. Who does that benefit? And look, y'all really don't want to hear this. Most men don't want that. They don't want their lady to have that surgery. They don't want no butt that big. They don't want no boobs that big. They don't want no waist that tiny. They don't want that. They'll look at it. They'll screw it. That's about it. But they don't want that. But buying all these designer things and the jewelry and all this other crap, like, really? And it's like, it's been years and we're still ignorant to this foolishness. I'd rather have a paper bag. I'd rather walk out of here with a paper bag with $10,000 in it than walk out of here with a $10,000 bag with no money in it. I much rather. And I will carry that paper bag proudly. But that's the mindset that we have. It is insane. It is absolutely insane. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So, okay. He said it's supposed to benefit them, right? It benefits, the feminist movement benefits men. Y'all spending all y'all money on all this other stuff. That just benefits, whoever the manufacturer is, whoever, and y'all know the color of them. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know who out here getting rich for real. Okay, y'all not rich for real. But y'all got a little something, and you spending a little something, and you rather look rich than be rich. I was telling a friend of mine that just the other day. Why you got that Hyundai? Because I'd rather be rich than look rich. Okay, I'd rather take that $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 and put it in my investment account and let that money make me money than drive around in it. The possibility of someone running into my car, the car I got now, I've had for a year, someone like nicked it or keyed it or whatever. There's a scratch on it from someone nicking it. But you know what? I came out, I was like, oh, I don't have to lose my mind because it's not worth $100,000. But no, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay. But yeah, I want y'all to really think about the things that you are following, the agendas, the dogma that you are spouting. Like, really think about it. And then look, there's some women who'll say things like, and again, it's all a part of the rhetoric. Like when I hear people talk the speaking points, I know they have not educated themselves. I know it. And I just be shaking my head like this because look, they got all the speaking points down. Well, Anita, grandma and grandpa was not happy. Grandpa had a family across town and he was beating on grandma. And grandma couldn't, do this and do that. They have all the talking points. And then when I asked them, well, what about your grandmother? What about your grandfather? Was that their reality? Who else did you know that was their reality? My grandmother was a queen. When I tell you, her and my grandfather had 10 children. They were married until his death. My grandmother never remarried. Stayed at home with her children. And took laundry in. That's what she did to make money. She took laundry in and ironing in. That's what she did. But for the most part, stayed at home and raised her family and was treated like a queen. Got everything she ever wanted from my grandfather, who worked 2 and 3 jobs. Like I said, that's what I come from. That's all I know. Men doing men things. And taking care of their women. Taking good care of their women. But they have all the talking points. Oh, and not having your own money, that means you're gonna be abused. And look, I was a stay-at-home wife and mother for 12 years. Guess who managed all the money in our home? Me. And guess who created the budget in our home? Me. Guess who handed out the stipend? So my husband got a stipend, I got a stipend, and the rest of the money went towards investments, went towards bills, went towards everything we had to do. Me. I wasn't abused. And even when I left that marriage with a little something and kept getting a little something. So Explain it to me. What's the abuse? What's the neglect? What is happening? And I'm not saying that wasn't someone's story, but y'all are out here talking like that's everybody's story. That's not everybody's story. Most people who've been married for 40 or 50 years, it's not to say they didn't go through anything. That's every marriage. That's every marriage. Every marriage is going to go through something. But this whole, this rhetoric, this story, oh, they were abused, they were neglected, they were cheated on, and they have a whole story. I kid you not. When women start talking like this, I'm like, it's the talking points. And if we didn't have feminism, we couldn't do this and we couldn't do that and this and that. And I can't depend on no man, and men just mistreat women. Forget the fact that they created the whole world that you live in. Forget the fact that they created the birth control pill that you taking and all the other forms of birth control that you using. They created the tampon that you using. Like, forget the fact that men have literally invented and created everything that women use. But they're so abusive. They're so cruel and so awful. Come on, get out of here. And it's that sort of logic and thinking that's why a lot of women continue to attract toxic men. I love men. I love men. I really do. Everybody knows that. And that's why I tend to attract great men. I love men. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for the world that they've created and everything that they put in it for my enjoyment, for my leisure. And that is the attitude that feminine women have. And that's why I have to course correct a lot of women. If you do not have that attitude, if you have a victim attitude and men are horrible and men are out to get us and men are out to oppress us, if that's your attitude, you're going to keep meeting men just like that. Like there's no other way it can go. That's the way it has to go because that's what you think. And that bias will come smack you right in your face. That's the type of men you going to keep meeting and dealing with. I don't deal with those type of men. I have a very positive attitude when it comes to men. And for the most part, I meet good men. That's it. Now, they may not all be the man for me. And then I send them down the road. I send them on their way. But I'm not meeting crazy men. I'm not meeting men that's out to just, hurt me and all that. I'm just not. But you have to take responsibility for you and how you're thinking. You're putting that energy out and that energy is coming back towards you. But see, we're not talking about that. But ladies, like I said, you can die on this hill if you want. You can. I need everybody to wake up. I need you to change your mindset and change your thinking and start putting out some positivity and getting some positivity back. Okay? Because that is how we're going to turn this around. And guess what? Keep what you got to yourself. Keep what you got to yourself. Keep your sex to yourself. Keep your money to yourself, right? Keep all that good stuff that you be giving out to men for free. Just keep that to yourself and say, look, I would love to partner with a good man. I would love to, be in a healthy relationship. But it ain't free. It ain't free. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. No, it's not free. And here's the thing. A good man don't want it to be free. A good man don't want to take you for the okie doke. That's right there. It's telling you what kind of man you got. If he want to sit back and let his woman take care of him, that's not a man. Like, I can't explain it any other way. That's not a man. Good men want to provide. They want to serve. They want to give and do. That's a part of their makeup. So the fact that you got a man that don't want to do anything and don't want to give anything, that's telling you something. That's telling you what you got. That's it. Are these attitudes towards men from not having one in the home growing up? It could be. It could be. And you are so right. Big Juice 355. It's like perfect example, right? And y'all don't take offense, but one of my girlfriends, she has a deathly fear of dogs. I have 3 dogs and I have 3 cats. I love animals. I grew up with them. My dad used to train German Shepherds for the police department. We always had a German Shepherd in our house, several. And add to this, my dad was a hunter. Out back, he had at least 6 beagles at all times. So he's training German Shepherds for the police. He got 6 beagles out back that he taken out with him to hunt rabbit. Like, that's all I knew was animals my whole life. So sometimes people will say, dang, Anita, you crazy about animals. Like, what is this about? It's in me. Like, that's the part of my dad that's in me. I love animals. So we always had pets. We always had dogs. I have a girlfriend who's deathly afraid of dogs. Never raised with a dog. Never had any family that had dogs. Right? So all of this is foreign to her. And isn't that interesting? She fears the thing that she doesn't know anything about. She has a fear of something that she knows nothing about. And I think a lot of women are like that about men. And y'all know my story about men. That's all I was raised with. All I was raised around was with nothing but men. So all of my uncles, my dad, my mom married again. I had stepfather. That's all I know. My grandfather, my uncles, my male cousins. Ooh, y'all, and I got a story for y'all. I remember dating this guy. This the one guy I dated who ever thought to put his hand on me. The one guy I dated that ever thought to put his hand on me. And look, we lived together. That's why I tell y'all I don't be living with nobody. We lived together. We got in an argument because I went out to work early that morning. And when I got to work, they sent me home. Well, we got too many people. We don't need you. I come home, come into the apartment. My man is in there with his ex. And her girlfriend come talking about, well, they got stranded. They got stranded out here where we live and couldn't get back into the city. And so they waiting for a tow truck or waiting for something to, come and get whatever. I don't even care. You knew what I was thinking, right? You already know. I was hot. And so, look, they run out of there. They run out of there. Me and him get into it. He called himself raising his hand to me. He slapped me. Okay? When I tell y'all this, I called my daddy. So I called my ex, and we were still tight. I called my ex, and I was crying on the phone to him. He said, call your dad. I called my dad. My dad took his gun, put it in the small of his back, walked out of the house. This was my stepmother told me. She told me this after the fact. Yeah. She said, all I heard was, he was, that's all he said. She said, your daddy said, okay. And he hung up the phone. She said, I didn't know who he was on the phone with, who he talked to. I just saw him reach for his gun, put it in the small of his back, and ran out the house. I kid y'all not. Then look, my brother found out. 2 of my male cousins found out. Like I said, the men in my family play 0 games. They all convened on our apartment. I'm sitting outside of the apartment crying. Sitting outside the apartment crying on the stoop. I see all these cars pull up. My family plays no games about the women in their family. Okay? My dad come walking toward me, so I get up. Dad, not she ain't. Nope. He pushed me to the side. He's like, there ain't nothing else to talk about. My dad go in there, pistol whipped him. Here come my brother. Here come my cousin. Like I said, the men in my family play no games at all when it comes to the women in their life. And that is the only time something like that happened. And look, my dad was like, get your stuff. We're leaving. I'll bring a truck back, get the rest of stuff. Look, I broke up. It wasn't even me that broke up with him. My daddy broke up with him. I didn't have no say in it. My daddy was like, this is over. And look, a week or 2 later, the ex come calling me trying to get back. My dad was like, no. He's like, that's not happening. I didn't have the option. Like when I tell y'all, that's the type of men I have in my life. I did not have the option to be with that man again. Okay? That ain't even an option. You're done. It's over. That's how the men in my family roll. So y'all, I kid y'all not. They play no games about the women in their family. But yeah, if you don't have any experience with men, you will fear them. You will give off a fear spirit. You will give off a disdain. You will give off And to me, it's fear. That's the word I use, because what we don't know anything about, we fear. We make up stories about it. We put our projections on it because we don't know it. But when I tell y'all, I love men. I love men. And I've seen some men take down some other men. And I'm like, yup, that's okay. You see? There's nothing about a man that I fear. All I've seen is men protecting me. So, But see, if you don't know nothing about it, then yeah, you will fear it. Especially good men, healthy men. But I let men deal with men. And look, I remember being in college and one of my friends, her boyfriend was getting into it with another dude. Here she come jump in the middle of it. I said, are you crazy? You don't jump in the middle of no two men. Well, he was going to get hurt. Oh, well, because I let men deal with men. I let men deal with men. I've learned that long ago. I let men deal with other men. Okay? This is a masculine conversation. They don't have nothing to do with me. No. But ladies, you need to get some good men in your life. You need to see some positive male role models. That's all I know is positive men doing positive stuff. But go in search of it. Try to find it. If you were not raised with men, if you do not know how men are or how they do, learn about it. And stop being so fearful and stop projecting all this stuff that you heard. I heard this and I heard that. Okay, find out for yourself. Why you're letting other people and their experiences tell you about something. Find out for yourself. But it starts up here. You have to change your mind and your thoughts, because if you think negative, if you believe negative, that's what's coming for you. That's what's coming for you is a bunch of negativity. So no, sorry, I hate to bust your bubble, but feminism benefits men. And especially now, fourth wave feminism. And y'all are so clueless. These men are out here sleeping with y'all. They don't even like y'all. They don't even like y'all like that. Can I be real? These men out here don't even like women like that. But they'll take some free vagina. They'll take some free vagina all day. Oh, yeah, because remember, that benefits them. That feels good to them. I'll take some free vagina. You're giving out some free vagina. You're coming over and cooking and cleaning and taking care of my house and all that foolishness. Sure, I love it. I absolutely love it. Nope, Anita is not free. And everybody who know me know that. Anita is not free. It will cost. So ladies, come on now. Get your information right. Do your history. You go back in history and really find out what feminism is all about. Everybody knows I'm all for equal rights. I do not support feminism. Those things are two different things in my opinion. I'm all for equal rights. I do not support feminism. I do not consider myself to be a feminist. And I know what the intention was, but it ain't that now. And you have to be smart enough to see that. So that's it. I got to jump into my session. Please check out the link in my bio. It is called Pear. There's a lot of amazing things there. I thank you so much for joining me live today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, stay open to love.